We are now into coming to the last week of July. This is a sort of week when a lot of the players' contracts are up. So it really is a time when you should see a lot of movement around signings, and we should see Zubimendi announced. That should get announced, will be announced this week, possibly today. At the time of doing this show, it hasn't been announced yet, but Zubimendi will be announced. He's going to wear the number 36 apparently. And also we can see announcement of Kepa as the brand new goalkeeper at Arsenal as well. Arsenal playing his £5 million release clause. So at last, some movement at Arsenal. And as I said yesterday, I think the signing of Zubimendi and Kepa signings are two very, very smart and very, very good signings for Arsenal. But what comes next? That is what everybody is really interested in seeing. It's really interesting actually yesterday because I was watching the Club World Cup. First game I watched was the Juventus game, and that Kenan Yildiz, who Arsenal been linked with, very impressed with him. He scored a brace, could have had a hat-trick. His other goal was deemed to have hit a slight deflection, which it did actually. But he was really, really good. Arsenal have been linked with him. The Juventus won't want to sell him, I'll tell you that. Still only 19. Bags of talent, looked really impressive, and one of his goals was absolutely brilliant. So interested to see if there will be any movement on Kenan Yildiz. We are looking for a sort of left winger, but the chances of getting him after that performance and the way he's been playing all season for Juventus is going to be very, very difficult, and would be very, very expensive. Player Arsenal do really want though is Rodrygo. He is top priority for Arsenal according to multiple reports. Now, it was really interesting, and is this a hint of what could be coming up for Rodrygo? No minutes for Rodrygo yesterday in the game, not 1 minute. And remember, there's no Kylian Mbappe at the moment in the Real Madrid team. Real Madrid won the game by 3-1, but no minutes for Rodrygo. Is that significant? Now, the Mirror are claiming today that he is Arsenal's top priority. They know he's going to cost 70 million plus, and they also know he's going to demand very, very high wages. But Arsenal want him as their top priority signing for this summer. Going to be difficult. As I've said all along, it depends on many different factors falling into place. But could we be seeing one of them falling into place? The fact that, once again, he's not playing. In the other game that he played, in this Club World Cup, he played on the right wing. We know his preference is to play on the left wing. That's where he wants to play. Not getting to play exactly where he wants to play. Not getting the minutes still. As I said, 0 minutes yesterday. They went with Arda Güler there, who actually scored and had a good game. Brought on Brahim Diaz later. Are these hints that Rodrygo is going to be up for sale this summer? And if he is, Arsenal are going to be waiting because they really want to get a player. Mikel Arteta loves him. But if they do get Rodrygo, could that come at the sacrifice of Gabriel Martinelli? Gabriel Martinelli, according to reports coming out of Bild over there in Germany, is being considered by Bayern Munich. They are interested in signing him. Now, Bayern Munich, as we know, are another club just like Arsenal on the lookout for a left winger. They, just like Arsenal, are going to miss out on Nico Williams. Now, Nico Williams is almost certainly going to Barcelona. Deco, the sporting director of Barcelona, confirming yesterday that Nico Williams has told him he wants to join Barcelona. And they're all just trying to strike a deal now to get that done. So, both, Bayern and us have to turn our attentions to other players. Where, as I said, we're looking at Rodrygo. They're said to be looking at Rafa Leao, but also Martinelli. I want to get your feelings on this one. Because, Arsenal apparently, according to a lot of outlets, value Martinelli around about £50 million. I would have thought he'd be more than that. But they value him at around about £50 million. He's got a contract till 2027. As we know, 7 goals and 2 assists last season. It wasn't great by him. He improved towards the end of the season, but he's a fan's favourite. He's a talented player. He's now, got himself into that Brazilian team as well. Should Arsenal be selling Martinelli to go and get Rodrygo, or should they be keeping hold of him? I want to ask you guys today, should Arsenal keep or sell Gabriel Martinelli? I'm not sure if I've already asked this in Transfer Daily, but with this news, I need to find out from you guys again. Keep or sell Martinelli? Let us know in the comment section below. I'm going to do a poll on it and let's get your views on it. But Martinelli, interesting. Bayern Munich could go. Let's wait and see how that one all pans out. Then there's Sesko. The saga continues. The Mirror reporting today that Arsenal may do a U-turn on Sesko. We know that Sesko's been the #1 target in that striker position for Arsenal. But as I sort of spoke about on yesterday's show, they're growing very frustrated at all the demands that are coming out of Sesko's camp. First of all, I spoke about it a couple of days ago about this release clause that, Arsenal just said absolutely no chance of we signing any release clause. The next sticking point is the high wages that he is demanding. He is said to be demanding very, very high wages. Now, listen, he's 22. He's still work in progress. Even though he's going to be a high fee of around about £70 million, with this high wage demand as well, Arsenal are just not having it at all at the moment. And this is said to be one of the sticking points in getting this deal over the line. Remember, they've got their options open because Viktor Gyökeres is also a player that they're negotiating with at the moment. Is what Andrea Berta is known for, negotiating multiple deals at the same time and then choosing which one he goes for. But it's lots of talk, and as I said, this report coming out in the Mirror, John Cross in the Mirror, that they may do a U-turn on Sesko and turn their attentions to Viktor Gyökeres. Gyökeres, we know he wants to come. There are no doubts about this. He wants to come. Sporting, yes, they are posing a problem because they've raised up their demands on how much they're going to demand for him. Not sure where negotiations are at with that, but we know that Viktor Gyökeres is demanding a move. There's even been rumours he'd be willing to go on strike to get his move. That's how desperate he is to come. So who should Arsenal go for? One player who's desperate to come, and he scores lots and lots of goals. The other guy that, well, the talk is Sesko wants to come, but this deal is proving very, very difficult with lots and lots of, release clauses and those sort of things start to suggest to you he don't want to come, or he wants to come, but Arsenal are seen as some sort of stepping stone. And let me tell you something, mate. We ain't no stepping stone to no other team. You're either coming to play for Arsenal and be a success at Arsenal, or your plan is to go somewhere else, then maybe you should go somewhere else now. So that saga continues, and I think it's going to run for a little while, but one thing is for sure, as I keep saying, got to get that striker in place. It is absolutely vital. So those are the transfer rumours today. Don't forget, as I say every day, we're going to keep you up to date with everything that happens here on AFTV. Any breaking news we'll bring to you as well. Look out for the Zubimendi announcement. But as I said, we're now starting to move into an interesting period of the transfer window. Arsenal will want to get these key transfers in before that pre-season tour, which happens mid-July. And we're about, after this week, we get into July. So expect to see lots of movement happening with signings for Arsenal. Thanks for watching the show.